I decided to stop by IOX and talk to Wong. Did you ever hear of the Withering Palace? Most likely an Empire period site, so not too old. The Withering Palace? Let me think. Yes, I think the annals mentioned it briefly. Let's see. And the lonely and the lost were pilgrims to the palace beyond the garden, where the best remained as mirrors of wise thoughts. Beyond the garden might be a clue. We found a garden. Sounds delightful. Well, it was more of a graveyard. I wouldn't trade our lives, Aaliyah. I really wouldn't. I found a moon pouring in water. Water cascading down a mountain. Water in rivers. Water bubbling in fountains. Sounds like a paradise. After a fashion, I suppose. But a lonely one. It was an empty ruin. Nowhere for anyone to live. So there was water for the taking, was there? I think it was owned by the emperors once. But they're not going to ask for it back. Interesting. Where was it? In Ghostwake. But you don't sail, do you? Me. I have a bar to run. Your very good health. On the house? This time. I am curious. Cat kiss. Doesn't work. Yene hoake. It's working again. What is the difference, I wonder? Takes me to exactly the same place. Word for the gate is working again, although I don't really understand why. It responds something different. The question is, why does it respond something different, and what is it actually saying?
Cabinets glinting with gold and polished glass.
Aaliyah, you don't visit me nearly enough. I had forgotten the color of your eyes. I could never forget the silver of your tongue, Toppy. How is life on Iox anyway? As sterile as ever? That's a good word for it. You've always been too untidy for that place, and too proper for this one. I've found a few items you might be interested in. Hold on to it. I've nothing to trade today. I'll have more for you soon enough. Listen, Toppy. Your shop is full of stuff, Toppy. What do you mean you've got nothing to trade? All this? All this is worthless. I'm sure more will flood in soon enough. I just wanted to show you a thing, but okay. See you later, Toppy. Don't get any less beautiful. That's a little creepy there, dude. I want to see your Roy. Very well, mistress. Long-suffering robot. Mistress, you should know I am most suspicious of your arrangement with Toppy. You keep watching, Six. You're bound to see him taking something one of these days. Get out of this place. Don't need to talk to you anymore, lady. I have figured things out myself. I've had enough of this place. Yes, we all have. Sucks that you have to walk through Roy to get there, to get to Roy's place every goddamn time. And that you can't seem... I don't know. I can't seem to say anything but, yeah, you don't like it. I get it. Tired of this place. Aliyah, what can I do for you? I found a strange metal hoop. A hologram came out of it. Let me see. I recognized it immediately, of course. The neck hoop from a robot. But it wouldn't do anything without a core. It needs something to project. The last thing I noticed is it's badly made. Robots are beautifully, delicately crafted machines. This is an Empire period copy. You told me there was a thing I could put in my arm to open the Elbereth gate. What was that about? Erevska foil. Nothing much. Just enough for the gate to recognize you. How's business? Not getting any better. Enjoy your robots, Aria Elasra. Yes, now we can leave. 6. Now we can leave. Mayuko is back. Good. He was missing for a little while. Anyway. I believe that I shall take another jaunt out and about. I think we found it. Let's bring her into land, 6. Sometimes the text in this goes really fast and sometimes it goes really slow. And I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Like, some of it's too fast to read, and then others are just...
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon. Nothing but dust and towering stone.
It is quite remarkable, mistress. This place is actually worse than Elbereth. But why did Renba dig here? There can't be anything to find. No one's ever lived here. There is no organic matter in the soil, mistress. I would suggest this moon has always been as you see it now. Just mountains of sand. You won't find any buildings here. They'd be buried. There's no chance anyone has ever lived on this rock. No, mistress. So, can we leave too? Is it dangerous here? Not especially, no, mistress. So long as we are alone. Equipment. I knew there would be something here. But what is it, mistress? Some kind of winch? But for winching what? There are tracks running from it. Maybe for a cart, I suppose. Someone was building something? Not for robots. No way through this way. It must have been a rockfall, mistress. Now what's that? Is that a tent?
I believe so, mistress.
What now, Renba? Every moon is a new surprise. Yeah. This way.
Oh, this is very strange behavior for a roboticist, mistress.
By the rivers.
There were tents, carts, ropes and platforms. Rember must have had an army working here. And yet he had left it all behind. Just like that.
He found what he was looking for. This must be Remba's work. He hired laborers from the markets on Elbereth, shipped him here, and had them doing whatever he was doing.
A most likely analysis, mistress.
So all this was built before Renba went to Meracy. Renba must have found something here. Something that led him into the Cyclones. The robe and the brooch, perhaps? I can't go any further up that way. Okay, fine. What was Renba doing out here? Building his own little kingdom? Has he got a garrison under there? If Renba was planning to invade Iox and bring about the fall that Miari is so worried about, I'll eat my bag.
If he was, mistress, and he is dead, then the loop is a lie.
Okay, sometimes your inability to walk around things, like step over things that are a foot high, kind of annoying. Where did Renba get all this from?
I would suggest it comes from a mine, or a quarry. I would believe it is itself old.
It must have taken him weeks to set all this up. Was it worth it, Renba? Did you find what you were looking for? Rebel's law is freedom? Choice. The Withering Palace 6. Somewhere in the Withering Ways, perhaps? Well, that would be a good reason for it to be called the Withering Ways, or it to be called the Withering Palace. Whichever comes first. This one isn't sealed. He must have been shipping these. To fund the work? He was from Elbereth. He would have known how to fence things like this. The bent sword should do it. There. Let's see now. Artifacts. Just like on the other moon. Look at this. It's an ancient nebula chart. And there's some written glyphs inside the gap between 3 flows. Stars above and wind below. That will do for now. I don't think we've seen anything quite like this chart before. So it must come from a site that's undocumented. But that's not all. Nothing. Must have been mistaken. But these are good finds. What are they doing out here? That is the question of the century. For storing equipment, what is all this? Must be a city under there. Trays. Little pieces. Pottery, metal shards. Nothing significant. Though surprising to find out here, all the same. I saw a thing. I saw a thing. Here's something.
a fractured devotional icon carved from crystal. I think it dates from the early Empire. And there's an inscription. Time. Rest here and return soon. Most likely this comes from the same site as the bent sword. The one we acquired on Elbereth. Sweet. Lots of new things to go look at. And this is the way in? I guess whatever's under the tent is probably the hole we need to go into, but I wanted to go over here first. A carving? But this is not an ancient site, mistress. Elberethians carve ancient symbols for luck. I don't think they know what they mean. No one does, mistress. Does what is up must yet fall down work? I hope this doesn't all collapse. One of similar age to the previous. This one's also inscribed. Symbols etched deep into the metal. What we do is forever. Climbing sand will be quite exhausting, mistress. Perhaps we should explore the main site first. Okay. Fine. I will take your advice. And we'll wait. Tied up from the outside. My scanners do not suggest there is anyone inside. The knot's old. Hard to... There.
Darkness.
Mistress, watch your step.
An enormous pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do. Weeks even.
What could be down here worth all of this? It's very dark in here. Indeed, mistress. I mean, it's too dark to work. Renma must have set up some lights. Then in turn, mistress, there must be power. Oh, I can walk off over here. Well, that looks like a generator, so perhaps we should get it started. Roy would love this. Maybe Renma bought it from her. It is a generator, mistress. Your friend Roy most likely made it. It looks to be functional, but if we turn it on, we will give away our presence here. Should there be anyone to give it away to. Let's see now. Light.
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
Those walkways look unbelievably dangerous, mistress. This whole thing feels oddly like walking into a trap. Walkways poised to collapse, a pit big enough to hold an eagle. And yet, you intend to walk into it. Of course I intend to walk into it. The only way to understand a trap is to trigger it. That is possibly the stupidest thing I have ever heard, mistress. Inscription.
These stones do not move. A request for strength. Added by builders to keep buildings safe. Writing must seem like magic to those who can't read. Lifting equipment. But not very good lifting equipment. Whatever Master Renba was doing here, mistress, he was doing it secretly, not well. Here goes. The walkway is extremely badly made. Mistress? Typical. This board seems weaker than the others. Since that bridge collapsing on the Garden Moon, I don't want to take any chances. I concur, mistress. Will it take my weight? I could not speculate. Presumably you would not be the first to cross it. No, you're going first. Very well. Why not? You lost the other 5, isn't that correct? Well, mistress, the plank appears to have survived my passing. I'm right behind you. No, mistress. I do not believe there is room for both of us on this platform. I am not always as graceful as I would like to be. Don't be a hero, Six. I doubt I have that option, mistress. If I fall here and am left to rust, somehow I doubt you will write songs about me. I fear this plank is not faring as well as the last one, mistress. Well, I'm not totally shocked, mistress. Mistress, I appear to be trapped. Are you in one piece? I am, mistress. My only means of departure from this point is not. Hold on, Six. I'm coming. I cannot see how you can help, mistress. That plank held. But I cannot see you getting any further, mistress. Or my getting back. There's no way I could jump that. Nor can I, mistress. This plank was loose. I could probably drag it. Mistress, please, the hopper will not work under the tent canopy. If you fall, you will not fly up again. Excuse me. You are leaving me here to rust? No! I'm not abandoning you. I literally didn't try to do that. Holy shit. I'm cleverer than you are, and I do not see a way out of this predicament. I literally want to pick up the freaking thing. I'll think of something. But it crossed my freaking conversation options. There's another robot to tick off your list. I quite understand, mistress. Never mind that robots are scarce. Never mind that they cannot be made, unlike people. Your view is quite clear. For fuck's sake. I didn't even mean to freaking do that. Yeah, okay, we're freaking going through the same fucking conversation again, because it wouldn't let me freaking drag the plank. With luck, that should hold. Wish me luck, Six. I wish I could look at the thing down there, but I can't look at shit. 'Cause, Six? Mistress? It is very good to be reunited. I didn't leave you.
I literally walked across the one freaking plank. Where are you going? You just floated across nothing. What? Oh, what just happened? I don't... I broke him. Can you see what's down there? Digging equipment? Now come back up. Can I do something with this light? So there was something that I wanted to look at, but I couldn't ever get it to look down enough. Mistress, I'm rather hoping you have some kind of plan. Seriously? Freaking hell. The conversation options are just... Wait, where the freaking... Like, I have no idea what's going on. Robot, how the holy hell are you up there? For fuck's sake. I don't know. I broke it, and the fucking conversation options are superseded by the fucking move options. Whatever it is, mistress, it has been down here for some considerable time. Why didn't Janaki use robots for the dig? It must have taken forever to excavate all of this. I believe the answer is obvious, mistress. Well, Six, enlighten me. Why didn't Renba use robots? Robots cannot keep secrets, mistress. Every robot has a master. What did Renba think he was going to find here? He must have known it was valuable before he started. There's something here. An edge. And another ladder. Ladder seems better than plank. I can't really see anything. Piles of cloth. It must be almost 950 years old, mistress. It survived well. This moon is moistureless, mistress. Things do not rot here. That doesn't mean they don't dry out and break. Oh, look. It's the plank. Why don't I fix that? No, I can't grab that plank. Seriously? It's just there. Because I can't step over a freaking bowl. Unbelievable. This looks like a ship. And I can't do anything about it. A wooden spar? Inset with metal rings for ropes. Yeah, it's a ship. That means it's important. And apparently, I'm incapable of climbing up there. Which means I have to walk across the freaking plank. Because I can't walk up the beam. No, why would I do that? Another plank. Longer than the ones higher up. Will this one hold? Mistress, I beseech you, if I might remind you, if you break your leg down here, you will stay here until it heals. You'd think of something. Perhaps I could shoot a hole in the tent canopy with a scathing look. Well, here goes. I assumed you heard the plank creaking, mistress. Yeah. It's gonna be a problem. Bits of metal. Fittings, eyelets, hooks, spare parts, and something else. What's this? This is a golden pendant in the shape of a yardarm, dating from the early Empire? Look how small it is, though. This must have belonged to a child. The clasp seems to be etched with small glyphs, mistress. I can hardly see them, they're so small. Sun rose high, high, old sea. I think this comes from the same source as the fractured devotional icon we found here earlier. This new find should help us track its location. Should help us work out where to look for the ancient pre-Empire city. Another generator. Let's see what's down here. What is that? Oh, it looks like the prow of a ship to me. I'm coming back across. Mistress, I cannot advise. Ooh, I heard it creaking. Oh no. Oof. Well, it wasn't that far down. Mistress, are you alright? Ouch. I'm alright. More or less. There's some cloth here. It broke my fall. I already looked at it. I knew that was down there. Well, now that that's broken, can I walk over here and pick up this plank? No? Still no? Okay. A metal ring. It's a hatch. And it's etched with symbols in ancient. Does carry winds from Serpent's Eye make sense? What's a Serpent's Eye? I will pull that open in a minute. There's an inscription here. Finished. Light of Stars. Sounds like the name of a ship. But I've never seen a ship this big. 6. This thing down here. It's a boat. Impossible, mistress. It is far too large to fly. How big? It is extremely big, mistress. Based on the curvature of the hull, 20 to 30 times the size of the Nightingale. Imagine it intact. An enormous hull, multiple sets of sails. How does it end up here? It obviously wrecked. Anyway, let's go down a hole. I cannot imagine how such a boat could be launched. The uprivers here are barely strong enough to lift the Nightingale into the sky. Maybe the uprivers were stronger in the past? There's no upriver on this moon. That explains why the buried ship is still here. Once it landed, it could not leave. From the damage, I would suggest that it crashed. Oh, it's a teeny hatch. I thought it was bigger. I peered down into a dusty, gloomy space. Mistress, please do not stick your arm in there. You want to come down here and help? You are well aware I do not deal in hypotheticals, mistress. I gotta reach in. Maybe I can just... Mistress, there's something here. I found something. The Serpent's Eye was a source of treasures? Crystal. Mistress, please, don't be scared. Who are you? My name is Ya. I've been stuck here for weeks, since the Ioxian left. There's enough wood here to burn for years, but I can't eat wood. The water's almost gone, too. You have to take me with you. Take you where? Anywhere than here. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I can't. Tell me what Renba was doing here. Fine. Abort your ship. Then let's go. The ship is this way. Follow me. Well, I wanted to go up the sand. Because if this turns into another thing where, oh, I can't land at the dig site anymore, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. I returned to the ship with the woman in tow. Thank you, Eoxian. Your ship is much more comfortable than his was. Renba found a boat down there. A huge boat. Old too. But no good for flying away on. There's a whole nebula out there to explore. I could take you to Iox, Renaki, Maersi. But Elbereth is my home. I have friends there. Please. Just as you say. Just take me home. Mistress, you've got a robot? She does, yes. Whoever you are. We'd better get going then. Oh, my gecko's in the box. It is good to see you too. Perhaps we should sail, mistress. I swear to God if you land us in an infinite loop. I could show the dull crystal to Oroi. Thank you, Elia Elazra. I will be alright from here. Will you go back to the markets? If I can find something else, I will not. If I cannot, then at least I have a place there. I have never had so much choice before. Before I go, I have something for you. The excavation on Elbereth Moon ended as soon as we found that ship in the ground. I was there. We found the hatch filled with dull gemstones. One or two looked valuable to me. I kept a little for myself. What kind of crystal is it? I have no idea. But he thought it was valuable, and I do not want it anymore. Stay clear of the Citadel, Sia. They'll know your face. Eoxian, I intend to return and buy the Citadel. Good faith to you. Well, she's going to be alright as she walks into the Citadel. I don't have anything. I want to talk. Can I talk to you? Maybe we can talk about the chart? Did a man called Renba ever try to sell you artifacts? My dear, the only person who comes in here shopping old goods is your delightful self, and if anyone but you offered me anything, I would throw them out. Thanks, Toppy. Always a pleasure. He was probably using the artifacts to pay for his laborers, is my guess. Don't be a stranger to us now. Elia, what can I do for you? How are things here? Not getting any better. Oh, the what? It's because I gave the crystal to him. I had two. Excuse you. Freaking game. Don't give me two of them and then only say I have one. Ugh. Okay. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Yes, let's get out of here. Go back to Iox. Get a couple of artifacts out of Huang
before we fly off somewhere else. I had 2 dull crystals. I didn't sell them both to Tuppy. That would be stupid. Apparently, that's how the game thinks I did that. I was thinking about that boat that Renba found. Found a fragment of, anyway. The Empire never used ships that large, and it was too old, too long buried. You have never seen a ship like it. This changes our history, Six. There must have been a whole age before the Empire, where ships like great whales crawled the rivers, carrying things from one moon to another. Trading, mistress? Perhaps people lived on them. Can you imagine that? A boat which people live on? Before the Empire was founded. Before the Empire locked down the nebula. Oh goodness. Well, let's go, I'm just gonna go get some translations. And then, well, figure out where to go from there.